Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Tamara Pflug, confidence coach and founder of Personal Development Zone. Tamara helps people build confidence, reduce pressure, and simplify their lives, focusing on feeling better rather than just adding more. Her work challenges a lot of what you've been taught about success, showing that growth doesn't always come from pushing harder, but from creating more clarity and ease. Tamara, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Hi, Olivia. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited to have you here, and it's such a pleasure to be speaking with you. So thank you again for joining me. And now, Tamara, with all of my guests, I do actually like to start at the beginning of their journey. So if you don't mind briefly taking me back to what it was you were doing before you started Personal Development Zone, and then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
Yes. So what is funny is that I started being a teacher for kids back then in Switzerland, in Geneva. And I really loved it because, kids are so simple, so authentic. They don't overthink stuff. Maybe today a little bit more than we used to. But I mean, they are so authentic. They are just themselves. But being a teacher, I loved it. And I also realized at the same time that we were missing some personal development skills, such as making a decision and feeling good about it, or improving relationships, stop blaming other people, or just feeling confident, think that actually we learn so many good things at school, but I think having your own back and be able to face adversity, it's something that honestly I was clueless as I entered the world, after finishing school in Switzerland. So when I was a teacher, I started learning a little bit of personal development. And then my mom was a life coach. So I actually looked a bit into what she was doing. And I was interested, I was intrigued. So I started learning how to be a life coach. And I did a few different trainings because there's a lot of inspiration behind personal development, but it's also nice to have a frame, like a structure. And yeah, this is basically how I decided after to quit being a teacher and just to help people learning the thing that actually my colleagues, amazing teachers are doing. And I'm helping people adding some more skills, useful skills also, to just feel better and love life even more.
I love that. And I know exactly what you're feeling. I feel like sometimes when you do, as you said with children, you're so innocent. You like, and you do feel like
Yeah,
the world sometimes covered in bubble wrap, and you're like, oh, okay, how do we kind of navigate that and move through, but keep it simple, and keep it easy and fun is a very hard thing to do. So I love the fact you're kind of bridging the gap between I imagine being more like childlike in your adult life is the way I envision when you're
yeah.
describing it. So that's a pretty cool aspect.
And I
And
think, if I can just add this, because
of
I think
course.
that there is some reward around like things needing to be hard and things needing to be difficult to be meaningful. And I think that today I like to compare it with we have many areas of our life, and some of them, for example, friendships. We don't make it so complicated. We don't overthink. We don't overwork, and it's amazing. I don't know. I have great friendships, so I'm just saying sometimes maybe it's not all about working hard, which can lead also to burnout and everything. Maybe less is more, but really and like simplicity and yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I want also to show people. It's also okay. Like resting, it feels unsafe, but maybe it's okay to do less better, if that makes sense. But it's another direction. But just to add exactly, this is what I think we're missing a little bit today, I think.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you say. It's almost as if, like, when you achieve your goal, if it's not been hard to get there, it's almost as if people feel it's not as rewarding, or you haven't done it correctly, or
Mhm.
you've not even achieved it. But as you say, simplicity
Exactly.
is key to life, I believe. I live in a very simple life.
Me too.
So I'm exactly the same. Keep things simple, clear, and fun, I think are the kind of main foundations you should keep moving forward for yourself. And I
Yeah.
suppose, did you see yourself becoming an entrepreneur in that kind of format, or was that something that developed, obviously, as your journey did as well?
Well, actually, I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, never. And what is funny is that, so my husband back then, I was still a teacher, and he called me and he told me, we're going to stop teaching because he did not like his job. He was working for someone, and he told me, we're going to sell online. And I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought, selling shoes on eBay or something like this. And actually, we did have a business on Amazon selling with FBA, you know, our own kitchen gadgets, which
Okay,
is really
cool.
funny because we don't like to cook. And so we had this business that worked really well and we sold it. So this was actually the first, while I was still learning how to coach.
Gotcha,
But it
yeah.
was just interesting that this was my first jump into entrepreneurship. You know, we really built it from A to Z and we sold it. So for sure, it gave me the confidence, but I really had no idea how to do all of the marketing and everything. Yeah. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
a
to answer
lot.
your question, not at all. I had no idea. And I'm telling you, sometimes we want to know how it's going to end up, but I think how it's going to end, but I think it's part of the mystery. You never know where life's going to take you. You just need to have kind of a vision, but at the same time to also go with the flow because I really had no idea, you know, where it will take me.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think exactly the same way. It's almost as if like if you have Mount Everest in front of you, you know your goal is to get to the top of it, but it doesn't matter how you get to the top, in my opinion. You can have so many different things that pop up along that journey. And as you say, it's kind of the spontaneity of life sometimes that throws you the best ones. So I love the fact that you just accidentally started your, like as you say, you didn't accidentally start your business, but you accidentally became an entrepreneur and now you always are learning as an entrepreneur. So actually taking those next steps and building what it's like to learning what it's like to build a business. I think it's part of the fun as well. So let's dive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. And you are mentioning it. I think we can bring back the fun to business. You know, I think it's almost not allowed because we are not being taken seriously. But I do think that I have clients that come to me because I want to show that you don't have to be so serious, you know, to have
Yeah.
an amazing life and make a lot of money. It doesn't have to be, you know, work hard equals money. I'm sure you can just give value and make something that the energy behind it means no matter what business people are in, the energy behind it, like why you do what you're doing. And I think this is what matters the most, which again is the same energy we put behind anything we do in life and we have great results. We don't wonder because it's normal to us. But I think business, there is a lot of, you know, proving ourselves, like giving ourselves, you know, permission to believe something about ourselves only if the business succeeds. But actually, let's do it reverse and start by like believing in
Yeah.
ourselves and then just have fun building a business and helping others. I think like participating in society. I have
Yeah.
big
Helping.
dreams.
No, and helping others, I feel like if helping others and obviously having like that confidence in yourself, naturally everything else will come good because you're already on those right paths. You say you have your goal, you have how you're going to get there. So it's just kind of adding to that and making sure you do that in a great way. So let's dive into personal development zone a little bit more tomorrow, just so the listeners can have some context as we move through the podcast. So at this point into the business, who would you say like is your ideal client? Like who is it that you very, very much love to work with the most? And then from there, how is it you help them and how do you support them along their own journey?
Yes, so it's people just that have everything to be happy. And, you know, they really like tried everything. They know that there is more to life, but they don't really know where to go. They tried everything, they read every book. And I like to say somehow with a lot of humility that people come also for my energy, for like getting my vibe. And I'm starting actually a membership in a month from now, the 1st of May. And it's going to be called Life Uncomplicated. And it's actually a course with everything that I believe we should learn just to feel better and have better relationship and feel at peace on a daily basis. And yeah, basically these are people that I used to coach on like one-on-one. And now I want to go to group coaching because I think it's the power of seeing other people being coached and also, yeah, getting a bit of coaching, also personal coaching one-on-one is the best combination ever. Like I invested in myself a lot in coaching, and I think this is to me my favorite structure as a coachee. So I'm so glad to be able to offer it to other people that just want, honestly, just to feel better and have all the tools to face adversity.
I love that. Yeah, as you say, just providing with how they can enjoy their life a little bit more and
Yeah,
the
it's
rest of it.
simple. As we said it's quite simple. It takes a little bit practice because it's not easy. Like the brain will always offer you the same thoughts and it's very smart tool, but kind of on repeat and just want to make us survive and not thrive. So it
Yeah,
takes practice, but it's simple. Like after a few months, it's a membership, like monthly membership. After a few months, I'm sure that people are going to be on their way and they're going to feel better really and have the tools for the rest of their life, which is my goal, I think.
I love that. Yeah, and I think that's the best thing for it. As you say, as a coach, sometimes you get stuck in that catch-22 where it's like, oh, I need to have a client, I need to have them forever. But no, you're actually providing them with tools they can use for the rest of their life and they can apply that whenever they need to do. And I think that's a beautiful thing. That's that impact that we were talking about before, just making sure you are helping people along the way so they can enjoy their lives and live better and more calmly and in peace. It's very much easier said than done. So I love that we're giving
For
them that kind
sure.
of good
No, and I think, oh, sorry, did not mean to interrupt. I
No,
think
no.
it's also for every entrepreneur, like everybody that wants or considers building a business, I think it is important to think where you plan the money to come from or come
Yeah.
through, from a spiritual point of view. But I also think that it's okay to have an idea and a gut feeling, like my intuition. I trust my intuition a lot. So this is kind of the direction that I plan on helping people, but then to be open-minded that the money will come from different sources,
Right.
from, podcasts. I don't know if then you know someone that knows someone, and we always say it's a coincidence. I started doing this project, but I was doing this. I think the best is to be open-minded how like to be in again, the energy behind is so important to know I'm going to help people with this. To me, it's to help them live an uncomplicated life. But then I don't know, I'm curious to see what I like to say. The universe will send me this, that, and this
Mhm.
person, and I will just take it. And as long as I can help people and earn money, of course, I think people value also more when they invest. And I love investing myself. So I believe that my clients do too. And then I think that, again, we don't know where the road's going to take me, but I trust that it will work out. So for everybody, I think it's good to have an idea, but just to be also open-minded to receive money from different sources.
Yeah. No, and as you say, when you do have that general idea, you just kind of work towards that. But as you say, leaning into your intuition, giving you what the universe and the energy around you provides is all part of the game. It is just kind of going through that. And you say you attract people that are like you. So lean into what makes you you and take it from there. I love the fact you obviously switched from a one-to-one to more of a group scenario as well. I love, as you said, the camaraderie that comes with a group offer. You're not just on your own with the coach, but you're with people that are in a very like-minded situation, going through a very like-minded thing. Hopefully you can build relationships and friendships as well as obviously developing your own confidence as well. So it's a really nice aspect that you're bringing to the group. And naturally, we did touch a little bit on marketing earlier. So how do you go about marketing yourself? It's a very busy, very noisy world at the moment. So like what channels or methods are you just finding most effective, Tamara, in finding those right people to work with?
So what is funny is that I think that for the past few years, I've been listening too much to what people are doing. I've seen what people are doing, and you compare yourself as a creator, like how to create content that will resonate with people and bring you obviously clients, like that it's a match. I actually started to tap more into my intuition as to what if everything was possible, and what sounds fun to do, and what does my client needs to hear today from me. And then I'm thinking also of me as like a content consumer, like consuming, like looking on content on Instagram, LinkedIn, no matter where. What do I really want to read? Like what's going to be helpful to me? Because I do believe that a lot we are, maybe if it's 1 or 2%, we can be our best client because we know what. I think this is why we've been guided to serve this kind of people. So I help the people that I got coached so much on. It was me in the past, so I'm just a few steps
Yeah.
ahead, but I'm not that higher. So I'm just trying again to bring it back to fun and simple. What do they need to hear today? And I do look at what other people are doing. I read what people like good marketers to see this is good, this is less good, but I always pass it through my filter, what my intuition tells me. Because if it's just, it sounds good, but it doesn't feel too good, I don't think it will bring me any results. So I'm trying to, again, to keep the fun out of it. It's like going with friends. If you don't like bowling and you're going bowling, you can go once. So try to post in one platform once. But I don't know, I would not overcomplicate it. I think when we overcomplicate it, we get back this, from the universe, like complicated results. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm trying to keep it a bit easy, but as much as, again, keeping it simple, but helping people. Like sometimes we're in our head, what is the best marketing strategy? But the end goal again is somebody who's suffering, and you can help them no matter the business that we have or suffering. Maybe they look for a solution. So let's not be in our own way and try things and listen to
Yeah.
people that know, and also trust our intuition and just have fun on the way and keeping it simple. I'm sure that at some point something is working, and then you just repeat this and try something else, because you're right, things are changing and it can be busy everywhere. But I mean, let's just try and keep it playful, like as a scientist.
Yeah. So like for an example, like what do you do? Like how do you keep your kind of marketing playful? What is your like intuition kind of leaning into at the moment?
So yeah, I'm starting to create more videos in ASL, so American Sign
Oh,
Language,
cool.
but
Yeah.
also English. So I will see a bit how I'm organizing it, but again, from a place of like genuine interest. Like I really want to help people, and I want to keep the videos short because this is how
Nice.
I like to consume content. But then I'm going to see what works, what video people are watching, if it brings after my membership start, if it brings clients, to see a bit, to adjust it. But I'm going in just as, I think this is also important for anybody listening, that I'm going it as really, it's an experience. I'm going to see what's happening, not to make it like mean something about myself.
Like,
If I reach
yeah,
that goal, if I have that amount of clients, that amount of views, comments, for example, this I don't care at all because I don't comment on anything. I barely like stuff, but sometimes I still get value from it, you know. So
yeah,
yeah, to separate really myself from my business and to just have fun and yeah, really to make sure I don't mix both of them because I
yeah,
do bring my personality to my business, but I don't think it's serving me to wait for my business to give me something and then I can feel good about myself. Separate them.
yeah. Yeah,
That
I
makes
like that.
sense.
It makes no, it makes complete sense. And as you say, like I even think with what you're saying as well, like people get confused with all the numbers and what they're doing online. And as you say, they should just put a content out that provides value with people and trust those right people will resonate with that. Having an idea of what you're putting out is really great, and then just leaning into that when you know it works well and taking it from there. I think short form videos, long form videos are a really great way to do that.
Ah, okay,
Um,
great.
Especially in the modern world because like everyone keeps talking about trust and how are we getting around this and I just think if you listen to someone's voice, you know, for a short period of time, a long period of time, you very much feel the energy from that, you know, and you can really resonate with the way that somebody speaks. So it's, and obviously what they look like on camera as well. So it's just leaning into all those aspects. Do you run any form of advertisements or anything, or is it very organic with your output?
So not yet, but great question because I do believe that you know there is something about sales and ads that people don't like them. I strongly disagree with this thought, which is
Mm.
just something that we believe commonly we accepted. I think that if I'm being targeted for things that I dream about, like for example electricity, I don't dream, I have it, but like things that I really want to buy, I think it's actually doing a disservice for not running ads. Like I wish somebody would run an
Yeah,
ad for something that I want to buy. So I'm all in for ads in the future, and I heard that they're gonna be very AI'd. Like we're gonna have a lot of help from AI. I don't know, it's a controversial opinion for sure, but I'm just excited about. I just imagine somebody suffering, they see my ad and they feel better. What if it would be
yeah,
that simple? So I'm all for ad, and I think that sales and everything. There's nothing dirty as long as we can help someone. You know, I think you
I
agree
agree.
with what you're doing.
100%. No, because like people get such a bad rep with ads and with selling. And yes, okay, if you're doing it in the wrong format or maliciously, or if for example,
Of
if I'm
course,
selling you electricity and you don't even have a house, like it's stupid. Of course, I'm not
it's
going to sell
true.
you electricity, you know. But if you have a legit reason to want to help somebody in a product that you know can actually help them, you're motivating them to make the right decision for themselves. Because not everyone can do that. You know, a part of selling is
Hmm.
also coaching. So it's just kind of moving that. And if you are on the wrong side of it, yes, I don't agree with that. But if you're on the right side of it and you know you can help somebody, you should help somebody. As you say, if you're someone's feeling bad and they see your ad and then you know you can help them better with the ad you put out and the product you're offering them, that's a beautiful way to help them change somebody's life. They won't know who you are otherwise. So
Yeah,
reason
100%. I
putting
think
it out
it's
there.
actually a great thing, you know. So.
Yeah, they're awesome stuff. And I suppose, with that being said, what are your visions or ambitions for the company moving forward? Like when you do think of maybe the next 6 to 12 months ahead, what are those goals or those targets you're looking forward to achieving yourself?
So I think I'm gonna continue testing. I'm gonna start the ads also on this at the same time, but I'm gonna test to see what, yeah, my audience resonate the most with, like what is really helping them. And also, I think I'm gonna have really the idea of this is how I want to help people, you know, helping them having an uncomplicated life with these tools, these tools, these tools. And then honestly, to take a step small and simple every day, but to also let myself be surprised as to where it's going to lead me, you know. So I don't know, I met you and then I meet another person, and just to trust that it will take me to the person that is interested in getting help and make sure that it's keeping having fun and light and making a lot of money because I'm not ashamed of saying that I'm on the plan to make a lot of money because then I read this book where it's called The Soul of Money, and I love how she's saying that we need more money in good people's hands. So I'm not
Yeah,
saying that I'm an amazing person, but I do think that I know I want to donate to so many great associations and places. And actually, I think that money is just amazing if it's well used. So I'm excited to have more and to be able to help in another way. So yeah,
I
that's
love
why.
that. And I think, and also, as you say, like with impact, everything else comes good. So, you know, you're helping people and making money along the way. And then, as you say, just re-putting in that money to help more people and keep growing it. So, yeah,
Thank you.
again, it goes back to the other point where people just kind of, there's a lot of noise in the world. And for me, it's aimed at the wrong thing. You know, you can't get mad at
For
somebody
sure.
for that kind of stuff. So that's awesome stuff. And where are you probably finding the biggest challenge for yourself at the moment within the business or even taking those next steps?
Honestly, as an entrepreneur, I think the hardest is to not work when you decide that you're not going to work. So I think to rest, because I do believe that I show up better when I'm rested, but I As an entrepreneur, I don't know, you don't take vacation. Rest feels unsafe, as I said, because
Yeah.
it's something that I'm a bit struggling with still, that I deserve. You also feel like if you did not get to the numbers you wanted, the thing you wanted to create, the money you wanted to make, you don't deserve to rest. And I think the opposite is true. And so I think maybe it's not a challenge that you will hear every day. People will more talk about strategies and techniques, but I do think that to really just trust that my way is the way. So it's for everybody listening. We can do it our way, like everything in life. It can be even more successful than just following someone else's idea, but you also really, yeah, trust that it's okay to rest, to relax. And I don't know, maybe I'm dreaming, but I hope that we could all work only 3 days a week in the future, even in big jobs, and just all feel much better. But I'm for sure an
Yeah.
eternal optimistic. So, but I'm gonna be like this, I think, forever.
No, yeah, it's optimistic, yeah, but put the intentions
Yeah,
out there and the universe will hear it. Like, it's just you have to speak it for it to be true. So, yeah,
exactly.
putting it out there for everybody. But I agree, you follow your own path, you build your business how you want to build your business because it suits the way that you want to live your life. So, naturally,
Yeah,
as you want to do it, you move through it from there. And I do think it's a very common trait in entrepreneurs to not want to take time off. Naturally, from their job, if they take time off, it causes a lot of ripple effects. But they're just naturally those kind of people. They have to be working all the time and doing so many things, which is why they suit becoming an entrepreneur so much. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself that you're not taking the time off. It's
it's
cool.
true. It's true. But it's a learning curve. I know that in the long run, it will be something that I'm going to master because I set an intention to be better
Yeah,
at it. But I know that it's something that the guilt is real. I think we all feel,
yeah.
it's hard to
It's
rest
so
because you
true.
always think you can do more. More
No, it's so
equals more
true.
results. Maybe
And I
this is
suppose
not true.
yeah, and I suppose a reframe for your brain is if you're not energized, if your cup isn't full, you'll find it very hard to fill other people's, and help yourself. So
Yeah.
you
And
have
I
to have
think
that balance.
you can be also resentful and feel this entitlement, but
Oh yeah.
I did this, and this is a sick. It's like, I know, I think we're almost out of time, but I wanted just to add something that for me changed so much in my life and in my coaching, like how I see my life is we have relationship with everything, we have relationship with people, of course, but with ourselves, but also with the concept, like with time, with money and everything. And I do think that we have a relationship with our business. So if we put so many hours, it's like if it would be a person and you would say, but I put so much energy in you and you're not giving me anything back. Just imagine the relationship. It's not the best, you just want to give and then the business is giving you. I don't know. It's a bit of a different way to look at it, but I think this is the missing piece. I believe from business, it's like any other area of our life, but we just need to let it flow more. I believe we had so much like expecting from it. So maybe
Yeah.
I believe there's nothing to lose to try, at least I think.
As you say, flow more and less worrying about control with the things you can't control, which is what a lot of business people worry about. It's the
Exactly. I
uncontrollable.
believe
Yeah, it's so hard to do so. But Tamara,
for
thank you
sure.
so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey with us. Where can our listeners reach out best to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do so?
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was really fun. So you can find me on my website, so it's personaldevelopmentzone.com. And there I have 3 freebies that people love. Just they are short and like fast to read, so they can feel better right away. And I'm also on Instagram. I think it's Fun Confidence Coach. And actually, if you write Tamara Pflug, if you remember how it's written below, you can find me on many platforms because, as I said, I follow my intuition, so it will know next where I'm next. So this is how you
No,
can find me.
awesome stuff. And Tamara, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you
And
so much.
no, thank you. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to go and check out Tamara. As she just said, we'll have everything linked below, but please go drop her a message, check out the website. I'm sure she'd love to hear from everybody. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from zero to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing and we will see you on the next one.